Hello everyone, this is Talara with Barn Quilt Headquarters, and so many people have asked me today about Lazy Susans, and they're my number one thing that makes doing a barn quilt easier for me. It makes drawing them out extremely simple. If you've watched any of my previous videos, saves on confusion, frustration, walks around a table, moving a piece round and around. So I'm going to show you how to put one together because I make my own. And guess what? You don't need a man. This Lazy Susan piece here is available at Lowe's or Home Depot. And it comes with screws. Oh great, my series tell me where I can find my nearest Home Depot. Okay, so this thing, once it gets together, moves pretty freely, okay? Sorry. I'm not a professional at making these videos, so just bear with me. I use, for most of mine, I get shelving board, which is a little thicker, and for my small Lazy Susans, which I use for my 2x2s or 8x8s, excuse me, not 8x8s, Lord have mercy, 18-inch by 18-inch barn quilts, which I try not to do anything smaller than a 2x2. I use, first piece of wood you're going to take and cut is a 1x1. Doesn't have to be specific measurement, but a small square piece of wood, and you're going to find the center of it. And once you, and I've taken one apart to show you. Once you find the center of it, you're going to place this piece here on it, and when you spin this around, you're going to drill one hole big enough for your screwdriver or drill to go through on what the point is. Look at barn quilt shape, but on your corner. Okay, that's the first thing you're going to do. This one I've already had the center on. So I'm going to be putting this one back together. I also use washers underneath mine. I just find that it doesn't dig into the wood and they don't wear out over time as many times as I spin them. So what you're going to do is you're going to mount this piece, part of it to here. You're going to find your center. It's pretty easy. And then you're going to take your screws. And you see how that hole's lining up. And it's going to make sense here in a little bit. And just set these screws pretty easy. This one definitely needs some WD-40 on it. It's had a few twirls around. And there you go. This piece is on, okay? Now we have to mount it to this. And I guess you're thinking, well, how do you screw in from here to here if you can't see this piece? This is what's pretty easy here. Like I said, I usually put some washers here. It just helps. Okay? And we're going to take this hole. We're going to turn this to where it matches up. We found the center of this where we want our screw holes, and then we're going to, oops, move that. We're going to line up this hole here, and let me see if I can show you. This hole is going to line up, see down in there, with that corner. Get you back focused here, and I'm sorry, I don't have anybody here today to help me make sense of this for you. So, what do I do with my screws? I'm going to lay this down and line it up. And you're going to put your screw in. And it helps if you can see the hole. Sorry about that. Okay. So you're going to take your drill, you're going to set this screw, going to flip it around to this other corner where that hole is. And I like to start my screw with a screwdriver before I try to drill it because my light's burning out on my drill. There we go. I'm going to flip this around to the opposite corner. I hope it's pretty where y'all are at today. It got hot up here on the mountain. Sweating a little bit. Okay, so there I've done all 4 corners. What I have now when I flip it over is my Lazy Susan that will turn pretty quick and easy. I also, another helpful hint is I have several, get it out here. The shelf liner, I put these down on top of my boards and then I lay my barn quilt on it. That way when you're working on it, it keeps your barn quilt from sliding around. So especially when you're working with big ones, 4-footer ones. The only thing I can recommend is when you have it turned, when you're leaning over, try not to press down on the corners. It will bend your mechanism underneath and cause it not to spin easily. But this is a 2x2. This one may even be 18 inches, I don't know. 2x2. So I use it for my smaller barn quilts. However, I do have larger ones I've made. Same size mechanism from Lowe's on your Lazy Susan. I just have like, yeah, this is 18 inches. 24 inch. Well, I'll show you one here. This one here is 24 inches. That's the base of it. You can use any kind of wood. It's the base of it. So it's a little bigger, so it supports the weight of my 4-footers. But they're pretty simple to make. And definitely if you watched any of my how-to videos, it definitely makes life easier. Not very pretty today. I stayed up all night last night. My brother raced in South Carolina, so I did that all evening and then drove home. Got in home late this morning. And then I'm building an outdoor bed. So I've been out in the yard working in it. So I have no makeup on. I don't look very pretty, which I'm never a raving beauty. But that's how I do the Lazy Susans, and I hope this helps you gals out. And I can't wait to see what you create. I am still working on the book. Right now I have about 250 patterns that will be in it, and each pattern will give dimensions on how to break it down to a 2-foot, 3-foot, or 4-foot barn quilt. And it will give angles on some of the more complicated drawings. And then I've also included a minimum of 5 color palettes, layout designs for each pattern that I'm putting in the book. Some of the patterns will also be, can have as many as 15. So you may not like the pattern, but you may see a color combination that you love that you can take and do your own thing with. But I hope this helps. Oh, and one other thing while I'm here. Might as well do this. If you watch my videos on drawing circles, this is my tool. Lowe's, cheap. You're going to drill a hole big enough for a pencil point to go in, okay, at every inch. And somewhere along the way, and I've got mine at 31 inches, I have a 1/2 inch. And I just find the center of my board, and I stick a paintbrush in this corner. I mean, in this end, on the center point of my whatever design I'm drawing, and then I put my pencil here and just pretty much hold it in place and sort of move my Lazy Susan around as I go. It makes making circles really easy. I do not believe in buying a lot of expensive tools. It just, no use in it. Use what you got around the house. Got a pattern there, make a small circle on, go get a plate out of the cupboard. Don't have a compass, String, a little nail in the center will work, although that's sometimes a little more difficult. Anyway, if you have any designs you want to see in the book, please email me at barnquiltheadquarters@yahoo.com or contact me through Facebook or my webpage, and I will try to include it if I haven't already got it. If you go to my Facebook page or send me a message, I'll send you a link to get on the pre-order list. I think I've got about 100 some people on it right now for the book. I'm going to try to have it available through Amazon by Christmas, but I got a lot of barn quilt orders to get done too. So while paint is drying, because I don't use a hairdryer, between coats, I am working on the book. And I hope y'all are looking forward to fall. I know those are some of our favorite colors for our barn quilts. If I can be of any assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. Have an awesome day and happy painting.